Hi, everyone. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for our monthly opportunity overview. Today, we have presenting our two of our franchise development directors, Catherine Danowitz and Jack Wilson. They're each going to take some time to explain what it takes to open a HomeWell. So some housekeeping things. Feel free to type in the chat box at the very end. We will happily answer your questions. And that is all for you. Go ahead, Catherine.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sam, for the awesome intro and for all that you do to make these run so smoothly. We appreciate that. And thank you all for taking the time to join our webinar today to learn a little bit more about the HomeWell brand and our franchise opportunity. And thank you so much, Jack Wilson, for being the co-presenter today with me, my cohort in franchise development. So I truly appreciate that. I'm Catherine Danowitz, Franchise Development Director and co-host for today. And we are your HomeWell team. We're here to guide you through the franchise education process. So let's go ahead and get started. First, who is HomeWell? We're a non-medical home care services franchise serving seniors and any other homebound individuals. So what does the opportunity market look like from an industry standpoint? Well, let's take a look. So, guys, this is the right time to be a part of the senior care industry as the statistics are just staggering. I'm sure you probably have heard by now the silver tsunami, the term the silver tsunami. It points to the statistic of 10,000 people per day turning 65 for the next 20 plus years. By 2050, 19 million people in this country will be 85 plus. So what does that mean exactly? Well, for you as a future HomeWell franchise owner, that means a lot of opportunity for you to serve your communities, as well as a perfect time to be investing in yourself and building the American dream of owning your own business in the home care space. So here are some other facts that may make this opportunity more compelling for you. Number one, HomeWell is a non-retail brand and is deemed an essential business. Number two, we are a non-medical home care brand, so no healthcare experience is required. It's a much simpler business than skilled home health. So you're not dealing with insurance companies or beholden to the whims of the government to dictate your billing and pay rates. This is a business that you can control and scale as large as you want it to be. And three, most importantly, this is an opportunity to build a substantial business while also giving back to the community. So how did HomeWell get started? Well, we were founded back in 1997 by Josh Hoffman in the Seattle, Washington market, and we were known then as Hoffman's Helpers. So Josh was a caregiver by trade. He built the company, the business from that perspective, which is why we've been so successful, or one of the reasons why we've been so successful in our present growth. With a solid foundation focused on the end user's care, truly makes us unique in this space. Josh decided early on that he wanted to create a franchise company so that he could evolve with and answer the demand that this industry would have for years to come. He realized that in order to scale the business beyond where he had taken it and to continue to grow, that he had to franchise it. And thus HomeWell Senior Care was formed. With 35 franchises then, he did a phenomenal job with growing the company. However, once he got to that point, he decided that the growth that he wanted to see would take a different set of expertise in order to continue into the future, and began to look for a partner. He took a call one day, kind of like what we're doing today or what we do one-on-one with you all individually and talking with candidates and such. And so he came across a gentleman named Bruce Haas, much like we were doing now, again, having a conversation about franchise opportunities. And so, instead of awarding a franchise, they ended up exploring a more robust relationship, as Mr. Haas, having had a personal experience with his mother and having expertise in scaling franchise companies, really liked what Josh had done and knew that he wanted to be involved in a more impactful way, ultimately buying the majority ownership stake in the company in 2017. With Bruce's professional experience scaling franchise companies in the hotel and hospitality space, it was exactly what was needed to get the HomeWell brand set up for future success. So from 2018 to 2020, he began to retool and rebrand the company, then relaunched in 2021 as HomeWell Care Services. Fast forward to today, we're currently on an explosive growth trajectory. And I say that with robust emphasis because we're so excited about it. So 148 territories, and it's probably changed as of now, actually, because we're doing so well. 83 franchise owners across 25 states. We couldn't be more proud of our franchisees that we partnered with to get us here. However, we still have a lot of opportunity to serve our communities and room to grow across the U.S. So let's take a look at what that looks like on a map. I love a good map. It always puts things into perspective. I'm a kind of a geography nerd, so I really like that. But so this is literally where we are today in terms of the footprint, with 148 territories, 82 franchisees, 25 states. Last year alone, we awarded 24 agencies, which was tremendous. And if we stay on this trajectory, we'll likely do that again this year or better. In fact, we're already off to such a great start with, this is the end of Q1. So we're really super excited about what we've done thus far, and well on our way to beat that goal likely. So let's touch a little bit on territories, specifically in terms of size and demographic makeup. For a single unit, typically we define the markets by a population approximately of 250 to 300,000 people, of which 40,000 are seniors. So these markets have already been predetermined by us. So we've already kind of carved out, some really choice markets and everything in between. We have so much green space, as they say, with opportunity to be had yet across the US. So we can really dig into that on a one-on-one basis. If you guys have more questions regarding what makes up a territory, or your territory, your backyard specifically, we're happy to do that as well. So with that, so who are we looking for? Who makes an ideal owner for HomeWell? So clearly somebody who wants to invest in themselves, someone who's a self-starter, but really the caveat to that is you got to be coachable. It's got to be someone who can follow a system, who wants to be coached. Somebody who truly is wanting to do this for the right reasons. And that is, really to help their respective communities that are in need. There's so much going on in the way of, the aging population and the needs that they have for years to come. There's opportunity for days. We just need to make sure that we're, on the same page, and that we are partnering with the right folks that also align, with our culture and with our goals to get there. So we can teach you all you need to know in regards to building and growing a successful home care business. So having the industry experience isn't required. Just being the coachable person and whatever skill sets you bring to the table clearly are going to be an asset. So we'll make sure that you get all of the tools and necessary know-how and coaching and so forth to make that happen. So let's dive into the investment piece, shall we? Because I know that's what everybody always wants to know. How much is it going to cost? So with that said, in the realm of franchising, 225,000 at the top end of the range isn't a whole heck of a lot for a franchise. So with that, putting it into context, so $49,500 for the franchise fee, turnkey you're looking at, which is all in, $225,000. However, what we've seen as of late, it's about $150,000 all in. So that's, again, it's a very affordable proposition when you're looking at a business opportunity in franchising. So with your standard royalties of 5% and a 2% brand fund. So what I do want to, very excited to tell you all today is we have a couple of options, which is not something that you typically see in franchising. So excited to share. So let's take a look at that. So option one is a 0 franchise fee. I'm going to say that again, 0 franchise fee. Never have I ever seen 0 franchise fee in all my years of franchising. And it's been almost 20 years. It pains me to say, but so that's a really big deal. We're basically putting our money where our mouth is. We're taking the barrier to entry away, in that you have 150 days from the time that you would sign your franchise agreement to decide whether or not you want to pay the franchise fee or pay or not. But what you will pay, regardless of whatever option you decide to go with, is the $5,000 training fee. So really, upon signing, you're paying $5,000. You've got a 150-day window to decide whether or not you want to pursue doing the $0 or doing the traditional route, which the traditional route is the $49,500 with the 5% royalty. Again, signing the franchise agreement, if awarded one, is $5,000 for training, and then you execute your agreement and you're off to the races and hit the ground running with training. So with that, that's my my caveat to introduce Jack. So if you have any questions on any of this stuff thus far, please don't hesitate to put in the chat or connect with Jack or myself or whoever your franchise development director is to discuss more offline one-on-one. We're happy to do that. We're so excited that you're here today. And with that, I would love to turn this over to Jack Wilson so he can continue to dig into our operational pieces of the model. So with that, Jack, take it away.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Catherine. We're going into training. It's one of my favorite parts to talk about because this is a true differentiator when it comes to your exploration of franchise models. Solid training, continuous education, and innovative technology. That's how our franchise owners become leaders. And that's why HomeWell's leading the way in this space that we're in here in the senior care space. So let's talk a little bit about the training and support. It starts when you prepare for launch. You're going to be assigned a team that's dedicated to help you successfully launch the business. And it's comprised of cross-functional experts. You're going to have an opening services manager, a dedicated franchise business coach, and an existing franchisee. And then we take it further. We provide a 3-step training process that really supports you. It helps you successfully launch your business, get you up to speed quickly so you can execute your business plan. That 3-step process is pre-launch, launch, and then launch training. Let's talk a little bit about each one of those. First of all, with the pre-launch piece, one of the first steps of our home care business training, it involves handling fundamental tasks to support your franchise establishment. You got to kind of get things in place, right? So with an understanding of the industry and general home care practices, you're going to be able to have confidence as you approach opening this business. What are we going to provide you with? Well, guidance and teaching you on various concepts, things like selecting a site for your business, understanding and navigating licensing requirements, participating in critical industry training, and that's needed, and receiving fundamental home care education. You see, it's that initial step that's going to prepare you for the next phase. And based on your local state's licensing requirements, this phase right here typically can take anywhere from 3 months to maybe 6 months. But we help you stay on track, and we do so by providing a single point of contact for our franchisees so they can kind of lead you step by step all the way through the process. Well, then we get to launch. When you're officially ready to get your business off the ground and become operational, you're going to have a franchise business coach. We'll talk more about that person later, but they're going to conduct a pre-launch visit with you at your location before your official opening. And what that's going to do is help you with any last-minute preparations and assure that you're confident to successfully launch that business, right? And then there's the launch training. So following the launching of your business, a number of support resources are going to be available to you. Things like networking sessions with fellow franchise owners, so you can exchange best practices and ideas. Continued on-site visits from your franchise business coach, proprietary on-demand and learning system, as well as sales onboarding class for you as owners and your sales professionals. There will also be regularly scheduled support calls and more. We don't have time to talk about all of it. But what does ongoing business coaching and support look like? Well, first of all, it's the key to your franchise and providing the best care for your clients. Things like we mentioned, on-site support by visiting your office twice in the first year of your business and then annually after that. You'll have weekly support calls with that franchise business coach, newsletters to keep you up to date and informed, access to our franchise community intranet, and access to HomeWell's marketing platforms as well. There will be networking opportunities with franchisees all over the country, both virtually as well as in person, monthly webinars, vendor relations, annual conference, you name it. And that business coach, that franchise business coach, that's the person who's going to provide you with ongoing expert business coaching to keep your franchise running smoothly. Well, what's our goal? It's to provide the skill development, resources, and sounding board you need to continue building your business. They're going to cover a range of relevant topics to best support your mission and your objectives along the way. Some of the ongoing training that happens, we mentioned things like sales onboarding classes. Those topics include business-to-business sales education and coaching, right? And educate, that education is going to help you be able to deal with the referral partners you may have, in addition to our robust brand programs that really help you tailor your offerings to the needs in your specific local market. Then there's our LMS, our learning management system. That's our online learning platform. We have over 100 educational models for you and your staff, and it's accessible 24/7, anytime you need it. And finally, there's the community education health initiatives. There, you're going to have quarterly education initiatives that help position you and your franchise as a thought leader in your community. That's critical. Let's go to our next slide here. Now, when you officially open the doors to your home care agency, we talked about this person. You're going to be assigned a franchise business coach. A franchise business coach is there to work with the franchisees on best practices, brand standards, and growing the business. They provide advice, counsel, assistance, and really their aim is to help you improve your sales, your profits, and market share. They help you meet your KPIs, your key performance indicators, so that you really can dominate your local market. And they put a lot of focus in those first 2 years on your operations and strategic focus throughout the life cycle of your business ownership. They truly are a value add, but they're more than that. Your franchise business coach, they're going to be a coach, an advisor, a cheerleader to you, a recruitment and retention expert, and your sales and marketing support person. And here's a fun fact about our franchise business consultants. They've all been business owners previously, so they know what it takes to be able to help you effectively. Let's go to our next slide, please. Well, as a home care services franchisee, as mentioned, you're going to have access to our extensive marketing and advertising support services. This is another differentiator. When you're looking at various franchises, whether it's in this space or not, you want to know, how can I market? How do I get new business? Well, developing a good reputation is critical in the home care market. We offer the expert tools, resources, and industry knowledge to assist you along the way so that you can have that knowledge and be known for it. Now, when you become part of our network, you're going to have access to everything you need for marketing a home care business. Instead of wasting your time searching for verified vendors, making connections, you can get straight to work using HomeWell's tools and resources. Things like discounted vendor relationships, branded digital marketing assets, in-house local ad support, and our storefront of customizable B2B, that's business to business, and B2C, business to consumer, your clients. You're going to have marketing materials for all of them. You'll have vetted digital marketing partners as well. You won't have to figure out, who do I use that understands me and what I'm trying to accomplish. You're also going to have access to our social media, our online listings, and review management platforms, as well as templates for local PR and media efforts. You can probably tell that our team can help you evaluate your current requirements and your future objectives so that you can create a custom strategy to help your business move forward right there in your local market. Now, differentiation is a key. Let's go to the next slide, please. And this is one of the things we're talking about here. HomeWell's signature programs offer proactive and purposeful care plans, and they're designed by experts. You don't have to be the expert. We did that for you. They go beyond everyday care to safeguard and strengthen the well-being of a person for the long term. Now, ordinary home care agencies focus solely on activities of daily living, but HomeWell Care Services offers something more valuable. It's a proactive approach to the biggest challenges of aging, and helping our clients to address challenges like fall prevention, loneliness, post-medical recovery proactively with the help of a compassionate caregiver. What do? We protect and build their well-being and independence for a healthier, happier life right where they want to be, at home. So here's a couple of those programs. For example, the Go Home Well. Here we offer our clients rest and recovery with complete support when they first arrive at home. See, that provides them a helping hand so that they can rebuild their confidence. That's what they need. And the services range from a welcome home house cleaning and a nutritious food facelift in their refrigerator to daily living support and medication reminders. It's easy to help them regain their independence with a personalized Go Home Well care plan. There's more of them as well. Look at this next one. Did you notice that? The Sure Step? This is purposely designed to protect older adults from falls and risk of falling. This senior home care program starts with an in-home assessment by an expert care manager who will be a part of your staff. We're going to look to find where and why our clients have the most risk of falling in their home. And we're going to help them address those risks holistically through activity, engagement, and more. And then our final program that we'll talk about right now is our LEAP program. That's the Life Enrichment Activities program that tackles loneliness through companionship and care that helps your loved one basically rediscover their favorite activities and pastimes and places. Everything from baking to bird watching to beauty parlor visits. We'll work with you and your loved ones to create a customized activity plan. Then we'll match them up with a hand-picked caregiver who's going to be their companion and helper in the activities that they love. But what about the team? The HomeWell team that you're going to work with. Let's go to our next slide. Our executive leadership team is made up of industry experts. They have decades of related experience in franchising, home care, marketing, business ownership, and more. Once you become a HomeWell franchise owner, the executive leadership team will be there for you every step of the way. Then there's our franchise services department. Our franchise service department consists of a robust team. They're dedicated to our owner's success. They're going to help you. This team's composed of dedicated professionals focused on the success of your business. They're going to facilitate the successful launch, as we talked about, within the first 90 days of operation and provide ongoing training and support for the remainder of your time with us as a franchise owner. Our two most hands-on roles, we talked about one, the franchise business consultant, but there's another, the franchise services manager. The role of the franchise services manager is to be a liaison between the franchise owners, you, and the corporate team. From the time an owner enters the launch and for the duration of their time as a franchisee, that's franchise service managers, the primary point of contact for all the questions and requests, and ensures that all those requests are directed to the best department to facilitate each need in a timely manner. Then we have our franchisees, right? Our franchisees have previous experience in the military, the public sector, and large businesses. Some were C-suite executives, some were caregivers, some come from big cities, others from small towns. What they do have in common, though, is their passion for serving their community. And at the helm of every one of our agencies across the United States, you're going to find a franchisee who has committed their professional lives to caring for those in their community. Let's go to our next slide, because here's the process, the discovery process. It starts with an initial consultation. You contact us or request a franchise kit to learn more about HomeWell and our mission to provide trusted care and with true compassion. You'll speak with a franchise development representative like myself or Catherine, and we're going to take the time to get to know you, to understand your background and goals, and begin to see if there's an alignment with the mission at HomeWell. Then we go to the opportunity overview. And this is at your pace, where we help you gather all the necessary information you need to make a smart investment decision. Through a series of Zoom meetings, phone calls, and webinars, we're going to address items such as startup costs, lending options, the financial opportunity. We're going to review the franchise disclosure document, the FDD, and we'll give you a sneak peek at some of the tools and resources that we at HomeWell provides. We're going to also discuss what it takes to be successful as a franchise owner. And then it's time to connect with leadership and current franchise owners. When you're ready, we'll help you schedule conversations with several of our existing franchise owners, as well as key executives at HomeWell. Now, our franchisees were in your shoes too. They were looking for a business opportunity and were curious about how the home care industry might fit their personal and professional goals. This is your opportunity to get an insider's view of what your day-to-day might look like and truly measure whether you'd be a good fit for our network. And finally, there's the final consultation and approval. You meet with our executive leadership team to determine how you can succeed as a franchise owner. And once approved by our leadership team, you'll sign your franchise agreements and begin working with our opening services team to launch your new business. Let's go to our final slide. Well, if you want to know more, there's lots of ways to reach us. You can reach out to your franchise development director. And if you don't have one, just call us at the number you see there on your screen or scan the QR code. You can also visit our website. It's there, HomeWellFranchising.com, or email us at franchising@homewellcares.com. So let's do this. Let's take any questions, if we have time, that are in the chat or in the audience. If we have time, some